Donald Trump went to Georgia this past weekend, and it did not go well for him at all. Kind of like everything over the last 2 weeks for Donald Trump has not gone well at all. And what happened in Georgia this past weekend is that Donald Trump repeatedly kept glitching and slurring all of his words. Here is a brief clip, just to give you a pretty good example of how bad Donald Trump's speech was during this rally. Take a look.
Should not stop. She said she was endorsing defund the place and the police. And she said, violent mobs, let the violent mobs keep going.
Yes, those violent marbs, there's marbs are out there. Gotta stop the marbs and we gotta defund the place. Right? Totally not normal, right? Unless you're Donald Trump, and then it is becoming increasingly normal. And that's, of course, not the only instance of it. He also at one point said, together, we will stop Kamala Harris's nation-wrecking. I'll tell you what. And then he changed the subject. But yeah, the nation-wrecking, defunding the place, violent marbs out there everywhere. I mean, it's a hell of a country right now, folks. I tell you that. This man is not well. He is absolutely suffering from some serious form of cognitive decline. And this happened Saturday. You go look at all the media on Sunday. Yeah, there's a couple stories out there about Donald Trump not being able to speak, but really no coverage. I mean, other than, of course, left-wing media, but the national media, who would be running headline after headline had Biden done this, totally silent. Like, nope, nothing to talk about here, right? Just Donald Trump showing us very severe cognitive decline every time he speaks. Why would we need to run a headline about that? Well, there's several other things that they could have chosen to run headlines about the rally that also they didn't do. This list was put together by Ben Meiselas from Midas Touch. And here is what he said, basically Trump covered throughout the whole thing. First of all, the weird one, and this one actually did gain headlines, is Trump congratulated Vladimir Putin on the recent prisoner swap that President Biden negotiated. So he actually congratulated Putin. Like, this guy's not even pretending that he is not in Putin's pocket. He's out there saying, congratulations to Vladimir Putin, you did a wonderful job. Biden did that. Like, could you at least pretend you actually like America for half a second? But anyway, Meiselas continues. He says he's discussed his friend, the late, great Hannibal Lecter, again. He attacked Bruce Springsteen. He attacked GOP governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp. He made repeated, overtly racist statements about VP Harris. He attacked the school that hosted this event because the crowd was not as big as the VP Harris event. He said, I don't have a guitar, I don't have a guitar, I don't have a guitar 3 times in a row. I don't know the context of that, nor do I care to know it, because that's just crazy no matter what. Attacked Republicans Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan, intentionally mispronounced VP Harris's name and said there are 19 different ways to say it, said he now supports electric vehicles, which he didn't 2 weeks ago because Elon Musk endorsed him, and he had numerous obvious cognitive glitches. But you'll notice in this list, never actually talked about policy, did he? No, because Trump doesn't ever talk about policy because he has no policies. The few policies he does have are horrific for the country. So he's out there rambling like an incoherent lunatic, the kind of person who, as I always say, if you saw them saying the things Trump said, like standing on a street corner, you would cross the street so that you didn't have to walk near them because you'd be afraid. You'd be like, okay, this person's unstable. I need to get away from them. But this man is at the top of the Republican ticket. His cognitive malfunctions, his increasingly deranged behavior, his horrific statements about this country, nobody seems to care, right? The media doesn't seem to care. Anybody else out there were to do these things that Trump did on Saturday, we'd be hearing about it for the next week. But these stories have already disappeared, gone away, because it's Trump and hey, we're just used to it at this point. No, it's an issue that needs to be discussed because, as I said last week, this man's brains are nothing but mashed potatoes at this point. No offense to mashed potatoes. But he can't think, he can't speak, he can't talk, he can't do anything a normal person running for president should be able to do. And I'm sorry, but I kind of feel like that ought to be a bigger story in this country.
One of today's video sponsors is Miracle Made. Did you know that traditional bed sheets can actually harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat? It can lead to acne, allergies, stuffy noses, and it's just plain gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning antibacterial bedding such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, and their sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get better sleep every night. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands, and they feel as nice, if not nicer, than bed sheets used by some 5-star hotels. And it's designed for your skin. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne, and you can sleep clean with Miracle. Now, I've been using Miracle Made bed sheets for nearly 2 years now, and I absolutely love them. They help keep me cool throughout the night, which means I get better sleep because I'm not waking up all throughout the night from being too hot. So go to trymiracle.com/ROF to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code ROF at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product that it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/ROF and use the code ROF to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/ROF to treat yourself.